see God in God's pursuit of Jessica's heart. I'm just calling her to freedom and just like the promises of deliverance and healing and restoration, and like that Isaiah like flowers in the wilderness. And I see God just like celebrating a story of life and love and just pursuing her, just like I've never seen in anybody else.
Josh?
And I guess maybe this will be easy for you, but how do you see God in Josh?
Oh my goodness.
Call Josh's name.
Jess.
Call him again. Go tease him.
I know you want to. You hate
I do. I hate him. I'm doing okay.
Like from the very first moment I met him, it was just like in his compassionate heart, and just like the ways that like he's gentle, his voice tone, like I think what I saw in his heart was just like a willingness to pursue me and to grow with me no matter what, and especially like the acceptance of God. I see the acceptance of God in his heart towards me. I see like an unrelenting, like a relentless willingness to stay and to pursue the things of God with me. And like,
Here's the girl you're gonna spend the rest of your life with.
but I think the biggest thing is the way he speaks to me in like in the darkest places of my life, like that I feel like are untouchable to anyone else, because like that's where God meets me the most. And Josh enters into those places with me, and he comforts me there, and then he laughs and makes jokes, and that's great, because I think God does that too. I think God has a great sense of humor. So that's
Josh has a good sense of humor.
He has a hilarious sense of humor when I am emotionally broken. Not broken, correction, he wouldn't let me use that word. Emotionally distressed.
That's awesome.
I am not broken.
Let's go tap.
3?
Yep, go for it. Go, guys.
Can I open my eyes?
Yeah.
I put the flowers in my veil, or not my veil, my hairpiece, and my birthday.
Jess, you are absolutely beautiful.
You see? And then look here. Do you see the little ones? The batch of fun that you did?
This is like a little bride. I'll see my eyes immediately just saw like her eyes that I know, like her eyes that are so familiar that I know what it's like when they are soft around me, that I know what it's like when they hold pain, and that like just a deep knowing place there.
You okay?
You're so soft. She looks so pretty. She does. Like she looks like a little bride. She looks smaller than I remember.
Yeah, she's tiny. Is it just like fun, and does it just feel right? Like,
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm so glad we did these photos first. Like I am going to
Oh,
bawl.
man.
Like let me tell you, I'm gonna be bawling. Like I can barely hold it together right now. So.
you think you're gonna be crying at the wedding?
Oh yeah. Josh brought Kleenexes. I'm just gonna be a hot mess. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you plan on like doing the groom cry thing when you see her walk down the aisle?
I absolutely plan on doing the groom cry. I got and folded a whole ton of tissue, so I'm all set.
Imagine waking up in the morning.
What I want Jessica to know right now on our wedding day is that like she is an absolute treasure and absolutely just like abundant gift in my life, and like the best gift that God has ever given me.
Into radiant light, into beautiful colors that shimmer with life. You belong. Love has strong.
I think that I want him to know that it's so hard. There's so many things. Like today is like the day that like all the ways that God has deeply invested us and we've invested in each other just like start bearing fruit, you know? Like it's just like the day where like all barriers are removed, and like I want him to know that oh man, that I love him, and that like he has entirely changed my life. Oh my goodness.
home at last.
Yeah. Yeah, he's undoing so many years of shame and just like so much relational hurt in my family line, in my own life, and like we're doing that together with God, and that's
That is gorgeous.
wow.
You make us cry.
Love has drawn you here. Home, home at last. Sorrows past, they're an old thing. Gone, gone are those years. Gone the tears, they are banished. Love has brought you home, home at last. You hear him walking out in the meadow. Your heart flutters as he calls your name. You bound through the flowers, look up in his eyes. There's no sense of shame, 'cause there's nothing to hide. You can't help laughing, and neither can he. It rolls out of his chest like an anthem of peace. You belong, love has drawn you here. Home, home at last. Sorrows past, they're an old thing. Gone, gone are those years. Gone the tears, they are banished. Love has brought you home, home at last.
I think I'm looking forward to just like a picture of hope in the future, and with Jessica that looks like a presence that gets to stay, of just a journey that has just been me and God for my whole life, and now it gets to be me, God, and Jessica, and it's like journeys coming together, and it's mysterious and doesn't have everything figured out, and that's okay, but just this commitment of like, yeah, like we're navigating it and we're growing and like we're doing life here together, like that is beautiful.
Honestly, like I know it sounds so unromantic, but I'm looking forward to undoing, like with Josh, like all the patterns of the like the generational stuff that's been handed to us, and like I want this to be an undoing where like when people enter our lives and like walk with us, they can say Jesus is here. Like this is a picture of the love of God that God has for us, like, and that is such a high calling, and it terrifies me at once, and it also just like thrills my soul, and like that's what I want, like to be able to love him. So it's like what I'm gonna say in my vows, like to love him into the arms of Jesus, so that like he can see Jesus' face in mine. Like that's what I'm looking forward to, and it scares me, but like I know that like I can claim that is gonna be like my calling over his life. So
Home at last.
Are here today to celebrate with you and to celebrate you because we love you. That's the reason that we're here. And God has blessed you with plenty of love to share. And we anticipate together what he will do in your lives. Now, solemnly promising before God and in the presence of these witnesses, will you, Josh Bradburn, have this woman, Jessica Richter, to be your wedded wife, to live together after God's ordinance in the sacred estate of marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honor her, cherish her in sickness and in health, in prosperity or adversity, and forsaking all other, keep yourself only unto her, so long as you both shall live, do you so declare? Will you, Jessica Richter? have this man, Josh Bradburn, be your wedded husband, to live together after God's ordinance in the sacred estate of marriage? Will you love, honor, and cherish him in sickness and in health, in prosperity or adversity, and, forsaking all other, keep yourself only unto him so long as you both shall live? Do you so declare?
I think you touched on like another concept too of like sacrifice, and I was thinking about the foot washing and like talking about how Josh has a sacrificial nature and like he's a giver. How do you think you will serve him?
I think I will serve him by being a safe place for his heart to always rest. And like that is something that I see that is a strength that I can give him. And yeah, I think that's the biggest thing.
I think I can serve Jessica when we're married by being so present to like every single moment together. Just like taking it like every single moment, the beautiful ones, like the more difficult ones, as just such a gift, and like the choices to stay in the hard ones. Like that, I feel like that's the biggest way you can serve. I've just been thinking about like what are the places where I've seen God show up in her life, and just like incredible stories of like community coming together. Just like I gotta see her just blossom with self-confidence, with calling, with career stuff. And I'm so excited of like the beauty that we know and share now, like we only get to grow into to understand more.
It's not fractured, it's not a troubled mind. It isn't anxious, it's not the restless kind. Your love's not passive, it's never disengaged. It's always present, it hangs on every word we say. Love keeps
What makes you, and makes as in the present tense and in the future, what makes you fall in love with Josh?
I was one day when I was just like praying, I was doing some imaginative prayer, and like I was imagining myself in because like God gives my like pictures my heart like a garden, and I remember I was sitting like looking at my own garden, and he just drew my attention over to like another bluff, and there was like a guy over on that bluff, and like I knew it was Josh, and we walked over and we were just observing him, and like I saw the things that he was willing to surrender and lay down for love, and like as I watched him like lay it down into the earth like a seed and be willing to wait for the fruit for it, like my heart just completely like was overwhelmed with love for him, because like there's no other love greater than sacrificing things in like himself to be able to grow to love me more, and like that makes me love him so much. And also the way that Jesus looks at him like in those moments, and like yeah, like the
God has joined together, let no one ever separate. So, you can turn your face to you. I just want to say to the two of you that I believe with all of my heart that you have been equipped with everything that you need to let this marriage last a lifetime, and that it will be a marriage that is fruitful in every way, building you up into all that God has desired for you to be. So it gives me great joy to be the very first person to be able to introduce as husband and wife for the first time Joshua and Jessica Bradburn.
enable them to be strong and faithful to you, that their lives may bear witness to your faithfulness to them. So I entrust them into your care. And thank you for the miracle that you've done in their lives. And thank you for your continued presence with them to bless and to bless us through them. For in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
God, I pray for humility in their marriage and in their friendship. And God, I pray that they may continue to act out just this symbol of washing each other's feet, God, as long as they have life in them. Thank you so much for just weaving a beautiful story, God, and just for promising you're going to continue to tell us. Just for the God who creates and redeems.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Wow.
I'm ready.
They're too sweet for that, you guys.
Unreal.
Looks legit.
Generations and your family and your children and their children and their children, may His favor be upon you and 1,000 generations. Your family, your children and their children.
So Josh, what did you think when you saw Jessica for the first time?
It was breathtaking. I just thought like Jessica looks like a little princess. And, yeah, we were often like in the woods at a park we love to, so we're like we're gonna find somewhere free, and it was just super cool. It was beautiful, beautiful. I could hear Jess.
I guess you can't come to the basement anymore.
I know. I was just thinking like, is there another basement to talk? I'm sure at some point.
Some would scoff and stare at us, and some would laugh and cry, and others asked our age and ways.
We look so good. We look so good together, Dave.
Finally our time. Take that, Jet.
We're not the photogenic couple, except for today.
Well done. Move back 10 more steps.
Sounds good there.
Oh, this is a carrot cake.
Wow.
And then it's vegan cream cheese frosting, and the carrot cake is vegan gluten free.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and they might need a saw to cut it.
Is it dense?
It's
Is
so
it like gingerbread?
dense.
Like
Yeah, you weren't there. We were telling the story. So this morning,
Yeah.
we're getting, and Gabe's walking out with a cooler full of them, except one of them couldn't fit, so it's not on top. And it folds off.
Let's get married. Whoa, whoa. Let's get married. We gonna get married.
These special people
We
that you
gonna
meet
get married.
and their life that has testified to your
Let's
grace,
get married.
to your
Go to the church,
miraculous.
get married.
Here comes the bride, all fat and wide. No, I'm sorry. What's up, Joshy boy?
who is it? I can't look, homie.
Huh?
I can't look.
No, you can't.
It's Uncle Ben. Get out of the front door,
Ben.
honey.